especially those watching the VODs, because that's the only people that should hear this. We are starting up the stream. It's time to slay the princess. And let's just have some fun. Yeah. Ooh. Alrighty. Just getting everything in order. Waiting for people to come in. And we're gonna like put this like this. Oh, welcome. Nice, nice. We're about to start up. New game. So from what my understanding of this game is, it's basically a click and point story game, and it's got some horror aspects, and as the screen before, but when I was booting it up, it said there are no premature endings, and that this is a love story. So I'm kind of excited to get into this. I've actively avoided looking too much into this game because I didn't want to have any spoilers. So I'm going into this completely blind. Let's just... yeah. Okay, let's just make sure subtitles are on. And I believe it would be in accessibility. Okay. There are definitely subtitles. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yeah, a princess. Oh, that's so cool. I mean, I shouldn't be like so over exaggerated about everything, but like, god damn, I love these effects. I loved Octopath Traveler for it. And this is like purely hand drawn.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We don't want the end of the world. No. Okay, let's look at our options. Explore. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Explore. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to... Off a monarch? Viva la revolution! Or silently continue to the cabin and turn around and leave. Oh, I am myself. Silently continue to the cabin. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna be all dark and brooding.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Ooh.
A warning before you go any further.
Yes.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Alrighty, sir, Mr. Narrator.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Kill her? Yeah, that's kind of the point of the game.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin. Ooh. I picked the silent option. Maybe all my things are going to be silent. Maybe I'm like Link, the silent protagonist.
Entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Well, that makes our job easy.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, I suppose. You know what? Maybe we don't want to do it right. Do we want to kill her without a blade? You know what? Yeah, we'll go for the blade the first time.
The table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Well, we're saving the world.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah, see? It's a favor.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Ooh.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
The manipulation.
Oh, are you now?
I think I'm here to kill you.
Come down and let me take a look at you.
Alrighty.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Alright.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah. Yeah, task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
Okay.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah. That is true. I think we're gonna kill her this first time, though.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
We trust the narrator.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
The game is called Slay a Princess.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Alright. Nice. We got it. We
Oh.
beat the game.
This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
I wonder if that's foreshadowing.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve. Of course not. That was too easy. Well, yeah, she's dead, obviously.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad.
Yeah, a
But
little
it
bad.
was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Oh. Just a void.
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry.
Oh.
You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Yeah. We're happy. Yeah, I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
Why would we slay the princess if we just get eternity?
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Maybe we don't trust the narrator.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
I'm sure I have.
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Okay, didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy?
Or is he just telling us that we are? Okay, maybe I'm not happy. And I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it.
Oh?
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Ooh.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Okay.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
I do too.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
I dare.
How astute. You are absolutely correct.
Wouldn't it kill us?
Using the blade to kill yourself would
kill you, and you shouldn't do it. Man, this is the most passive-aggressive, just safety lesson I've ever heard.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Well, maybe I don't want to be happy in your sense of the word then, narrator.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead, make tea.
I made this happy little place for you. Is
Yeah.
this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Oh, I'm an ingrate for wanting to die because you gave me a boring-ass world. Okay.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
Yeah.
The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Okay.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
It was. Ooh, chapter 2.
You're on a path
Okay.
in the woods. And
Yeah.
at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
A princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay.
I can assure you that you didn't.
But I already killed the princess.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time.
Ooh.
We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this
The
has
voice
happened
of the
before,
cold.
At least your heart's in the right place.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Okay.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least
A version of me. Okay.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen.
Welcome back. So, there's the cold now. Were you watching the stream while you made tea? Well, there's, just in case you weren't, there's the cold now, the voice of the cold, who's just like, just kill her a second time. We already did it once. It won't be that, it'll be easy to do it again. And then the narrator has forgotten everything. And the hero seems to have remembered the voice of the hero. So, if you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which is probably only because you didn't listen to me.
Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too.
Ooh, the voice of the cold. I'm liking the voice of the cold.
Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you.
I'm guessing the narrator's like overbearing and like carrying in too much of the sense.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yeah?
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? It doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Ooh, the cold wants to kill the narrator. I want to kill the narrator.
Just stay focused, will you? Oh,
Yeah.
do you think there's something else out there? Alright. Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Cold.
Seriously?
You and I are best
You're
friends.
just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Yep, nope is literally one of the answers.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
Oh, how quaint. He really wants us to go in there, doesn't he?
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Oh no.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting...
Oh, it's getting fuzzy.
What's going on? Where are we? I don't know. But it feels like... home.
Is this also eternity? The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothingness. It is quiet. There is a distant rumbling, the sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. This is a nightmare. Wake up or embrace the thoughts constricting you. I want to see where this goes, so I'm just going to embrace them. Urgency. You have a story that you need to finish. This is the only way for us to escape the place. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Urgency, force, regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am your only salvation. Oh, it's like the different voices in your head.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
Ooh.
is a princess.
All right.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I feel like we've heard this somewhere. You want to get some sort of
Yes,
reward for
you have
this.
to slay her before you get it.
Yeah.
Of course I haven't. Why would
Yeah,
I even
maybe I'm
consider
okay with the world
it?
ending.
Nobody wants the world to end.
I'm fine with the world ending.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Can you tell me what the prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it.
It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I don't think so.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more
No more
birds,
birds,
no
no
more
more
trees,
trees.
and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
No more people.
You have to put an end to her. She's not dangerous. She's just a princess.
dangerous.
The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it.
Home for you and save the world. Yeah, what is this trash price? Yeah, I know, it's a terrible prize. Saving the world seems kind of inconsequential. Alright. She's not dangerous. Okay, what happens if she gets out then? I want specifics.
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People
Okay.
will listen to her because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
Alright. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I don't know. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her and see if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies.
Yeah.
The more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Okay.
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
Doom just means we die one day, right?
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Okay.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slave them.
Yeah,
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I think he does.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only blade is your implement.
Yep, just gonna
You'll
skip
need
through
it.
this, because we've heard that before. We're just gonna enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering
Okay.
from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Maybe. What's Zero Katana?
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Yeah. What's her voice say?
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
You must have. the
Hey, I
wrong
think I'm here to
dress.
slay you. Okay?
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of are a hitman in this game, but
You walk
seems
down
more
the
storytelling.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Yeah, no.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains? Okay.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna talk a bit. Okay, so what's your name? I don't know anything about you. I wasn't kidding when I said I was sent to kill you. You're apparently going to end the world. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? What will you do if I'm letting you out here? Okay, so let's go and say I wasn't kidding when I said I was sent here to kill you. You're apparently going to end the world.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous.
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Oh. Oh, I know that game. I remember a friend playing it.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
Okay.
There's going to be plenty of time to chat after I'm free, but okay. What do you want to know?
Okay.
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
She doesn't have a name. She's just a concept.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late. Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving.
We're gonna retrieve the blade, but we're not gonna kill her.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Ooh.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
Not really.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall.
She
And
cut off her arm.
is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Ooh. I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over?
Oh, you coward.
No, I don't think we can.
Oh.
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room.
I'll let her kill
You
me.
don't see her.
Where is she?
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place.
Okay.
Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Oh, do you want to play a
I'll
waiting
wait.
game? I've been down here a long time. I'm very good at waiting.
You do your best to patiently wait her out,
Okay.
but eventually, exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here. You wait
Keep
for
waiting.
as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remembers.
Ooh.
You barely even realize that you've started to drift off.
Ooh.
Pain tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs. There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone.
She.
It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. The Beast. Ooh, a different name. Where's the second chapter?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Again? People don't die.
She's gonna kill me
for this.
again.
You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Oh, I don't want to kill her now. I want to figure out how to get out of this loop.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
The hunted, oh my god, the hunted. If he doesn't remember what's happened, maybe something else must have trapped us here.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Ooh. Turn around and
We're
leave.
safer taking flight.
Yes.
Seriously? You're just going to turn...
Okay, fine. You're persistent. I'll go out to the cabin and slay the princess. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Okay.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
How convenient.
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think
Yeah.
this will all resolve splendidly.
Yeah. The hero is probably like the most
If
moral
this
of
is
them.
what you think is best, I'll keep my ears pricked. Hopefully she won't catch us off guard as easily as she did last time. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated.
Ooh.
It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Huh.
And now it's gone.
You're a dragon. Big surprise. That's as much as I knew. The mirror's gone.
No
Interesting.
steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
I think she does.
I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
I like the hunted.
The door to the basement creaks.
I know I said I like the cold, but
revealing
the
what's
hunted
left
is
of an
also
old
fun.
Wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're
Okay.
descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost
Feral.
feral. Impatient. Or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You
Ooh.
brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
Oh, there's a tail.
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
Okay.
Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does.
Yes.
Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you
She's
upright.
terrified.
The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Okay. Okay. Explore. We don't have to kill each other. You know that, right? I'm thinking we let her know we don't have to kill each other. Gives us an explore
There's a
option.
shift in the humid air, and something enormous. The princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are
Oh.
devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place.
Oh.
A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air
Oh,
grants you
damn.
more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin.
Ooh.
You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
Damn.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
Oh.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid
Jesus.
sloshes around you, There will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Yeah, she's like a snake. That's a word for it.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
Oh.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Oh.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
Okay. Okay, can you talk to the
I
cabin?
understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to
Oh.
listen.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
Oh, can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of
Ooh.
suffocating flesh.
Us letting her leave is what she needed.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then... And
Oh.
then... It's gone quiet, hasn't it?
You can feel a churning in the forms around you, and then a wet tunneling before you are ejected to a place that is nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lucky for you. This place is cold.
Oh. Oh. Oh, holy shit, it's the mirror.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I want to try different things here.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
The narrator is
It
gone.
hasn't ended. We're still here. There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. That thing reeks of death. You're right.
She's gone.
Gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Let's just stay still.
Well, let's approach the
I'm
mirror.
begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
We approach the mirror. Gaze into our reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You aren't alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Holy shit. You are at the cabin. Approach her. You recognize the presence inhabiting the shell. It is the entity that dwells in the spaces in between.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Oh. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness.
Oh, she's new.
I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Oh. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
She's Hope. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me.
Oh.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Holy shit.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
Holy shit.
This one is consumed by instinct, a predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a cunning heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice.
Oh, I can
Do
keep
not
coming
harm
to her.
For she is part of something greater.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Oh.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know.
Holy
freedom.
shit, this is so cool. Okay, so I gotta keep doing different things so that I can bring, I think, just like new life to this creature. How many more pieces do I have to find
More
of
than you
you?
have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The
Ooh.
rest will find their own way home.
So to be able to escape, to get the good ending, I think we have to talk to this creature and let her consume more princesses. Because she uses the princess as a vessel. Which will I
Everything,
forget?
until we meet again.
Oh.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Ooh, that's dark. Okay, and what is it? And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the beast to her. Her name is capital H. Her. Holy
You're
shit.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
Oh, this is
is a
cool.
princess.
No, you aren't a prince, you're a dragon. That's
You're here to slay
yeah.
her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Let's look at the book. Okay. Let's silently continue for everything.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save...
Yeah, let's just skip that. We've heard it already. We're gonna enter the basement silently.
The door...
Continue down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Ooh.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Back to what felt like normal.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
She's only what you perceive.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
She can just control perception, so... Do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Ooh.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Okay.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They did.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Ooh.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Okay.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Okay.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Okay. She isn't.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No.
I want to kill the
just let her
narrator.
escape
Can we
into the world.
kill the narrator?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Holy shit.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Holy shit.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Ooh.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Who's this over here?
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you.
Ooh.
You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Jesus.
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel. Okay. Let's
You're
try
on a
and bring the
path
damsel
in
to
the
her.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
First time. Yep, the chapters change each time you bring a new princess.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Oh, the smitten. I don't like the smitten.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Yeah, we don't like the smitten.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
This is pretty more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world.
That's
Let's
you?
just agree to disagree.
Yeah. Okay, let's proceed to the cap. Oh! Let's go for this.
Very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes. Let's say for a moment, if you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price. I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just
oh my
going
god,
to
the
take a deep breath
smitten.
and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Huh.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here.
We've
If
heard
it's
this
the
already?
latter, what do you think happened after you died?
Ooh.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Well, we don't know.
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Okay.
That's right, you can't stop all of us.
You can't stop all of us. Okay, Smitten is your name.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
Alright.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Turn around and
Are
leave.
you running away? What are you doing? We have to save her.
I want to be able to go back to the mirror.
Seriously? You're just going to...
Yes, I
Somehow
definitely
I
know.
doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down. That's strange. That's great to hear. Oh, it's going to...
Resolved splendidly, alright. I just want to see if it's the rotten cabin. Again.
The interior of the cabin
Oh,
is clean
the mirror!
and elegant.
The mirror's
Its
there.
stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Yeah.
The
Last
blade
time it
is
was a
your
jungle
implement.
and she was an
You'll
animal.
need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the
Because
wall.
there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Okay, he can't see the mirror.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Ooh. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I
That's
am.
a great idea. We have to make sure we're looking our best before we save her. We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror,
I don't know what you
it might
mean.
be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
And approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Left the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
That is true.
Very different. Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Enter the basement. No blade needed.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Real hero.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right?
She can't hear the voices.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
You hate that voice?
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence.
You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Okay.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Uh-huh.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
What happened after I died?
And now we're talking. I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Oh.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Jesus.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No,
Oh,
you're
poor
right.
thing.
It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Okay.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for
Okay.
good reason.
Oh my god, this is so weird.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
What the fuck? This is so
She took
creepy.
that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to
Ooh.
drive her to violence.
Oh, this is interesting.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Holy shit.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
What the fuck? Oh, this is icky.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Mm.
Then I didn't end the world.
Oh.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Yeah. Exactly. You know what? The Smitten, he's using blackmail on the narrator. I'm starting to like this guy.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
Yeah, because believing's everything.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
We leave. And we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Yeah, this game is kind of funny too.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Oh.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand.
Oh, Jesus.
Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that
I think we do
delusional
to have to
voice.
get to the end.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Do you... I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open.
Yeah,
Are
you just gotta keep
kidding
using the
me?
princess. You gotta believe in the princess.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
Oh.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
You're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
Ooh, the narrator hates us.
You know, if her walking out that door is really gonna end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending. Yes, I suppose
leaving.
you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside. Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Yes! Yes! We brought the princess, the damsel to her.
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Oh, oh my god, I like that. Oh my god, she just falls asleep. But you didn't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
Why now?
Why now?
Okay. It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
See you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. The cold voice won't come again. The cold voice was a different ending. A different vessel. This is not where any of the vessels go.
Flickering lights in empty cities.
This is just you and her.
Pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Oh my god.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Okay. Are you the same being as you were before? How much of you has changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same thing I've done before? You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Words.
Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
Oh, she
The
can't.
vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Oh, the vessels.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Oh. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Oh. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. If I am to be an ocean,
You have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, yet I yearn for more perspective. Ooh, she's growing larger.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Cold voice. Yeah, if I kill her again, the cold voice will come back. And then I have to escape with the cold voice with her. Or what? Wait, was the cold voice? Yeah, no, the cold voice wasn't the one. Yeah. I haven't done the cold voice yet. You're right. What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am.
And what I am.
Is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
What does it feel like to change like
Eyes close in
this?
reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Okay. These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives.
Oh,
They are not me.
okay.
The wound wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow,
Okay.
for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the damsel to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
Alright. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go get a drink and we will be playing this again very soon. Welcome back. Okay. We're going to just silently continue to the cabin,
You make your way. We're not going to go through.
proceed to the cabin, take the blade,
Take the blade.
enter the door. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Yeah, it wasn't a joke. And tighten your grip. And slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh ease.
Oh, this is it. I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, but it's over.
Okay, of course it is. She's dead. I can't pick this option anymore, okay. We've already gone through that, and you exhausted it. Sure.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
Okay.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Check for the pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse. Even though you know you're
We
not
want
going
her to
find
kill
one.
her, and then we save her.
We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained
All
frenzy.
right.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she
Oh,
falls
wait.
with you, exhausted by the effort.
Okay.
The little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
We are.
See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate?
Yeah, this won't be the cold
Doesn't matter.
voice.
At least you managed to take her with you.
Yeah, so we've gotten the hunted. I'm not sure how
Whatever
we
that's
were
worth.
supposed to get the cold.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cab. You're here to slay her.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world. So who did I get then?
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you
Okay.
don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Okay. First time.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yeah.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Oh, the cheated.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her.
Okay.
You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
The cheated.
It hasn't. Or... Those are two... If you're back, we mostly listened to you.
How
How
are
are we
we
supposed to know
she's
she'd spring
singing
back to
life?
life? If she sprung back to life in this hypothetical scenario, then clearly you didn't slay her. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right.
Okay.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing any... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical...
Okay.
Had you failed to slay the princess...
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just
get out of here.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else. We were so close to finishing the job last time. She can't get the jump on us twice. If we're careful, we should be fine. That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
Let's talk about this. Let's proceed. Turn
You
around and
have
leave.
already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Ooh. Proceed to the captain. The cabin. She
Oh,
won't let
boy.
us turn around.
Before you go any further, she will lie.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say
Okay.
you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know
Okay.
what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
So now she's a liar.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
And she's a cheater. Because we believe she's a cheater.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Yeah, it's a
Or
mirror.
at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
I don't think I should. I think I should keep taking princesses to her.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know, but there was a mirror a second ago.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Okay.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually... So focus up.
Are we really doing this without a weapon?
You know she has one, right?
Oh, she has a weapon now,
Once
yeah.
again, I'd like to remind you that she's unarmed. But you're right, this would be a lot easier if you had the blade. I hope you know what you're doing.
Okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood.
I told her.
And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below.
That's what you
If the
said.
princess lives
Okay.
here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Oh, you told me? Well, the thing is, I'm not concerned about dying. I'm just trying to bring each of them to... I'm trying to free each of the princesses.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Exactly. She sounds threatening because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Okay. I don't have the key. We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here? Right now. Both of us normal and unstabbed.
I do have to hand it to her, that's a very good question. And it's one with a simple answer. You haven't slain her yet. So how about you get moving? There you go again, talking up delusions about a past
Okay.
life experience that clearly didn't happen.
Now, how do we save her?
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
I'm guessing she can only lie.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that loop back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right? Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that. But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened. Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again? I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count.
Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
Okay.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we
Okay.
get close to her. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who has the capacity to quickly arm himself? You do. So stop second-guessing yourself, go upstairs, take the blade, and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her
Okay.
right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
I like this liar princess.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero. I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide
Oh, yeah,
something
of
sharp
course.
somewhere secret.
Of course.
Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
She can only say...
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
Okay, fine, I'm coming closer to free you. Better not try anything. Or what if we're both honest with each other? I was sent from here to stop you from ending the whirling. You killed me last time after coming back from being stabbed in the heart.
That doesn't sound like me.
That
How
sounds
many
like
more
me.
times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way.
Oh!
No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
What? No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to not stabbing distance to help me.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure. Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what...
Okay, I'm bored now. She's bored. Shit, in a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade of erupting from her free arm up. Her wrists limp and an empty from the violent expulsion. Huh, so I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
At
Okay.
least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance. At least for a moment.
Okay.
She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. That won't stop us from trying. Run, 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 run! You sprint for the stairs, but I wasn't exaggerating when I said she was running at you with a terrifying speed you couldn't
And
hope
because
to
we believe we
outpace.
can't outpace her, we can't.
We don't make it, do we? No. You feel her blade in your back before you make it to the first stair.
I'm going to kill you now.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3. Holy shit.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I?
Ooh, the
That's
cheated has
interesting. Who holds the cards
the
now?
cheated has the power
Who
now.
cares about cards? You're all acting like this is about winning and losing, while this is actually about having fun.
The contrarian.
Is this fun for you? It's not fun for me. I don't like being sliced.
The
to pieces.
broken.
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world
There's
is
so
down to
many different people.
destruction, right?
And I'm gonna have to kill this bot. I'll be right back. Just going to ban this bot. Okay.
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Ooh.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it.
Oh.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. And then, we throw it out the window. What? That blade is the only edge we have. We are not. Too late, because we already did it, didn't we?
The contrarian.
Fortunately for the rest of you, and for me, and for the sake of the world,
Everyone has power.
that is horribly unfair. They shouldn't be allowed to just do things like that. You were the one who made us pick it up. See? You're not the only one who can figure out how to do things. What's done is done. I suggest you make the best of it. You're all so mad at each other. I'm just going to sit here quietly in the corner. You can be the ones to figure out what to do. So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
Okay.
It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. I
Yeah.
can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so
Ooh.
keen on hiding from us, whatever it has must be real good. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery
Ooh.
ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom. As your body tumbles onto the basement landing, the form of the princess comes into view, wryly smiling at you from a distance.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny! That's a joke! I'm going to kill you now.
Ooh. Yeah, you can ask a thing.
Yes, that was extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea. That was you. I know, I'm just trying to add some levity to this. Well, since all of this was your idea, how about you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions. You should know that. I decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window.
This is why we've already lost. Can't even stop bickering with ourselves. How are we supposed to beat her without a weapon?
Ooh.
She's so sharp.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Alright, I'm out of ideas. What we doing?
Okay, we're fighting her, obviously. We're going to appeal to her authority. Puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk her out. Not going to let her stab us. We can dodge, right? She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it.
That is the worst plan I've ever heard, and I absolutely love it.
Ooh, the contrarian's gonna do it. It's the contrarian's going for it.
Sure, why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
I turned that off ages ago.
Oh my god, it's
If you
working.
managed to do that, you wouldn't be such a whiner.
I bet you can't even hurt me.
Sure thing. I love a challenge. I bet I can hurt you so much.
Ooh.
The princess rapidly closes the distance, and then she skewers you. And? Does it hurt? No.
The cold's here.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah, we'd know if we died. Right? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
Ooh.
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job.
Ooh.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question.
I think he means how many times have we died? Yes. That. Oh, I've lost count, to be honest. I haven't. It's 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
Oh, he's planned it.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Ooh.
Why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm. Let's see how far this little mind hole goes, shall we?
Come on, show me something new.
Okay. Flirt with her. We're gonna get the... Again and again. Your memory blurs as your life consciousness sleeps from life to life, only holding a snippet of the conflict that transpires.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades.
Ooh, we got the smitten.
Capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
Ooh.
She skewers you. More noise isn't helping, it's just making it harder to focus. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging, just keep dodging.
She skewers you.
Unless we know how many
What's the
there
point
are.
of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. We don't even have a weapon. Yeah, some clod threw it out the window. Again, that was you. No, I was just the clod who suggested it. And if I knew we'd be stuck here forever, I wouldn't have done that. Just panic. Flee.
Oh, the paranoid.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We lasted a little longer. Barely. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. Fine. One last time. None of this is working. Think. Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
4. Chapter 4. Oh, this is long.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
Ooh.
No steel claw, though. Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was permanent? That's a sick joke, universe. A sick, sick joke.
How many voices now? I think all of them.
If it's gone for good, then maybe we never actually needed it. That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're tougher than steel. Yeah, mind over matter. Who needs violence when you have love?
Who needs love?
When you've mastered yourself.
Who needs anything when we don't matter?
Well, boys, are we ready? There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things?
Okay, this is... Okay, yep. And we'll stick to doing them.
Yeah, leave it to the pros.
Ooh.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Yeah, you are.
Don't care. Just want to see how this ends. Fine. You make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you
Describe the
her
new
new
thing. Ooh.
Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous. Absolutely
The
divine.
smitten, come on.
Yes! Behold the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she
Oh,
needs.
that's...
This is fake. This is all fake.
Oh, the
That's
paranoid. We need to
just
focus on
made
the
up.
paranoid.
I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked for us.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Ooh, empty your mind.
It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Ooh. You do not act as a princess approaches, instead allowing her to crash against your form, and yet there was seemingly nothing for her to crash against. And yet again she swings at you, but there was never really a you to swing
This
at.
worked before. I was able to make you dead before.
She swings, and this time she hits something, or something hits her. She looks down in confused terror as her arm bends and folds upon itself.
Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you, and that's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too?
Oh.
No, I'm the one who hurts you.
Throws herself at you, but her metal body bends outward. The very contact with what you are repelling her to the point of destruction. The din of the shrinking metal subsides and something small and delicate falls into your hand. It's her heart. It beats gently, calmly in your palm. Oh my god. Not another word is spoken. It is time for you to leave. Memory returns. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. The decay. You've withered. Oh. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A
Ooh.
mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Ooh.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Oh, nice. Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Ooh. You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
Ooh.
I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Ooh.
As easily as
Yes,
you
you
can stand
seem
to be you, you are like me.
Oh.
Even if you have chosen not to look at the
We are a
corners
character.
of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Ooh. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart.
I see.
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
You figured out what you'll want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
How many more vessels
We
did I
will
need to
know
build?
when we near our destination. My perspectives are shattered.
Okay.
You have seen what I have
We did
seen,
not end the game.
just as I have
This
seen
was
what
just
you
a
have
really
seen.
long ending.
The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
Yeah.
Perhaps this will change when our work is done. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled.
Ooh.
A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Bring the razor's heart to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Right. Let's make a new save slot. And I'm gonna go to the history. Nope, not history. I've seen people play this game a little bit, so I know there's like a in the main menu. Load game. There we go. Okay. I'm going to be right back after I take a quick drink. All right. Turn around and leave.
Seriously?
The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. Cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
I suppose good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better
Okay.
wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Hi again.
How
Yes.
convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
I think this is going to be the last run we do. And I'm going to keep turning around and
Really
leaving.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's
Quietly continue down the
Your
path.
silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
No.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
The music stopped.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes.
Oh.
Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Oh, the music's getting weird.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Ooh.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
What's up
In
there?
the basement of that cabin
That isn't woods now.
is a princess.
Like,
You're
hey.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Okay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Oh, it's gated
If we're
now.
stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Okay, so we got the Contrarians ending.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch
Oh,
here, a
this
foot
is
there,
fun. It's
such
a
that the
Contrarian
seams are never quite
space.
visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window.
Ooh.
Good as a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway. No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say
The
that. When
way it
everything
just
is
shifts is so
wrong.
cool.
Listen to me.
The
My job is to
Contrarians
describe
ending is probably going to
facts
be one
as
of my
facts
favorites.
And to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart.
She's not going to know us at
You
all.
cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Whoa! You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Oh,
Yes,
Jesus.
take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it
Okay.
and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
I love the contrarian.
Okay, I'm fine.
Stop doing what? Oh, this? Okay, I'll stop that.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
I see. Okay. Approach the mirror. Oh, you didn't say anything about the mirror on
Look
the
at
walls.
ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun?
It would be fun.
You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Like, approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I see.
But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously
voice.
everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Oh, this one's fun.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
Ooh.
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the soft stairs.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
That's fun.
But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Ooh.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Ooh. That's fun. It keeps getting less and less detailed.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Ooh.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well,
Oh.
that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember.
Okay.
Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Yeah, normal enough. What's your name?
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her,
Ooh.
there is now another.
Ooh.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until...
Okay.
Until? It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it.
Ooh.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
There's
Do
more
you
of you
need
now.
help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Jesus.
Could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Okay. Okay. Oh, these are all one option.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Ooh.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't...
Woohoo.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever.
Oh.
The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
Oh.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Ooh.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I don't think we're supposed to be fixed. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. He's just messing with us. Right?
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You feel unraveled. Oh, we're just bone. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. They're supposed to be there.
Ooh, they're supposed to be in the world.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want me to tell you? There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there's supposed to be people. Do you think that anything out there is real? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist. There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
You have thoughts on this
These
vessel?
words are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walk. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
Ooh.
They will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
Yeah, like ask nothing and everything, yeah.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Aww.
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
I only need one more ending. If this is the last time, is there anything you'd like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Had the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, he does. Ooh. He does, but you're gonna keep that to yourself.
It's nice to be with someone whose thoughts I can never know is mine.
If this is your last stage before your completion, I'm not going back. I'm just gonna stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you. I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
Like I ask you, that there is thing, no doubt about it. I don't know what you mean.
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
I think the game closed itself. Yep, the game closed itself. Let me just open it back up. Okay. Just booting the game back up because it closed itself. Just waiting for the game to start up. That was an interesting ending.
To me.
Ooh,
Though
I never
you're
left your
gone
side.
moments,
Attempt
I
to
never
outwit your
left
destiny.
side.
Ooh. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Bring the stranger to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
And as anticlimactic as that is, I did say last run was going to be the last thing I did. And I'm going to hold to that. The game closed itself, and then I opened it, and we finished the run. And I'm gonna call that a day. We'll see next Slay the Princess stream what this means. Have a good day, everyone, and thank you for watching. You too. Have a nice day.